So I got a job at Waffle House today. Um, for real though, I did, and I'm pretty enthusiastic and scared about it. It's Waffle House. Waffle House is definitely a um, breakfast restaurant. So you know, I'm gonna be a server there starting tomorrow. Um, that's pretty cool. But, anyways, I'm just out here making a interesting little video. I'm going to make a podcast series out of this. And this is going to be episode 1. Um Basically just some little introduction to me. My name is Blair and I've changed my name so many times. It's insane the amount of times I've changed my name and my preferred name. Um, yeah, my friends get a little feisty about that. They don't really fuck with the name changes all the time. But I'm actually sticking with Blair. Um, from this point on, I'm gonna stick with Blair, and yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. I've been Juliet, I've been Molly, I've been Mia, I've been Agnes, I've been motherfucking two or three or four more from a while back that I don't even remember. But basically, I'm a 24-year-old trans girl in the middle of a hormonal replacement therapy transition and just transition in general. Oh, I already said I'm 24 years old. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's okay. But, why, basically, um, I want to make this podcast kind of to see, well, mainly to document my journey, not just through transitioning, but like through spirituality, through life, document my feelings, my thoughts, and see who relates. If anybody relates, see who relates, you know, um, and see, if people like it. People, like hearing this bullshit. If people relate to anything I'm going through, I'm sure people will relate to some or a lot of people, or some people relate to something or a lot or some of it. So I actually really like how I've been looking recently, especially when I straighten my hair. It's been a while since I did like a full face of makeup, but I did today for my Waffle House interview. And this is a shitty camera, but that's fine. It still looks decent. Um, and it's really cool. I've been on hormone replacement therapy for about 2.5 months. And it's actually, I have been immensely surprised with the awesomeness of the changes that have already come. I didn't think that some of the changes that have come with it would have come as fast as they did. After just being on it for even a month or 2 months of hormones, I'm on estrogen and testosterone blockers. But anyways, it's not like the main point of what I wanted to talk about today. That was just kind of like introduction stuff. And I think it is important to me, especially since this is episode 1 of my podcast. But, um, oh shit, I'll have to come up with a name for the podcast. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that later. So let me, I guess we're gonna find out. You're gonna know when you click on this video what the name of this podcast is, but I'm not gonna know right now until I know later when I come up with it. So isn't that crazy? That's so crazy. Yes, it is crazy, and yes, it's true. Um, so like I I'm gonna talk about like stuff in life recently. So I'm like in a big transitional phase with my sobriety. Um, moving into a new place. Starting a new life. Starting life over again. Um, Basically all of that for real. Like I have to get a new job. I'm at a new sober living. I just came from a sober living where I did a lot of fucking therapy. Um, and now I have more free time, but I had to get a job right away as soon as I got here, and I'm so happy because I already got one. And it's been like, what? I've been here a week or less than a week actually, but that's cool. We have to get a job within 2 weeks or we're like booted, but I got a job less than a week, and so I'm good. I don't know how much I'm gonna be working yet. I start tomorrow. That's cool. Just like shadowing and stuff. I've served before. I've been server at IHOP and stuff, so it's not my first breakfast go around of this bullshit. But we chilling, we vibing. Um, Anyways, I'm like a very spiritual person. Um, at least I consider myself to be. Oh my gosh, yes, I'm a spiritual fucking person, bro. Like, like, and philosophical, yeah, and philosophical or something, I think. I don't know. But basically, I want to talk about, like, mm, the struggles of coming so far along on a spiritual path and then having like a point where you fall short, or some would say maybe this dips into shadow work. Probably definitely, because I reached a certain point of desperation recently where I started praying in a way that I used to think of myself as a person who didn't pray in this way, and it's not the most ideal way for me to like pray to my higher power, God. um, you know, so I feel I get down on myself. I'm very hard on myself a lot of times about a lot of this stuff, and some of this feels silly saying it out loud and to the camera, but really it's like true on the inside, and it's like, dude, like when I look at the camera, right here, it looks like I have like crazy eyes, like witch or snake like eyes, like wow, I'm crazy. But that's just because the glare. I need to like maybe that's better. Maybe that's better. I don't know what my hair is, but that's fine. Anyways, so basically, I hope that the microphone is working because I was having trouble with that. And so, that basically means that navigating spirituality is tough, these days, especially with AI, especially with commercials and advertisements and all the synchronicity floating around. Everybody's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then the kids are like, with the fucking iPads, and everybody's like, oh, TikTok, oh, I need to make a video now. Yeah, so that's true. We're all making videos. I'm making videos. Everybody's making videos because I want to pursue my dreams. But my dreams are not here on earth. They're out there in the afterlife and in heaven and like doing other crazy cool shit. So I want to do cool crazy shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I need to fucking fix my microphone, bro, because I'm sitting way forward on the couch and I'm trying to get the fucking thing right. But maybe next time. Maybe next time. This is fine for now. I think. I think this is fine for now. This is fine. But basically, I like looking at myself. Oh my gosh, wow, I'm pretty, but that's okay. Um, yeah, so 10 minutes into the fucking podcast episode. Okay, so basically, I have notes, obviously, but I don't know if that's a good or bad idea. This is my first podcast, okay? Chill the fuck out. Alright, but anyways, I'm just chilling out here. We're gonna talk for a while. We're gonna have a nice, let me take a sip of my coffee here. Let me take a sip of my coffee. It's a small ass coffee mug, yeah. You don't have to tell me that. I already know. And I'm avoiding this eye glare thing, but it's like, alright, so sip number two of coffee. So, yeah, I've been in a new environment recently, which is the sober living, and it's like I got really lazy as soon as I got here. I got really unmotivated. And I was like, wow, I don't want to look for a job. I don't want to do anything. I'm going to die. I'm going to lay down and rot and die. And I did that for 2 days. I laid down and rotted in the bed. And I can't believe I got a job this early because it just worked out and the stars aligned and Waffle House was like, fuck yeah. And I was like, fuck yeah. But, anyways, regardless of fuck yeah, the. We have the fact of the matter that I was lazy and I was scared and sad. And I was like, bro, I'm not going to make it to enlightenment in this life. I'm not going to make it to enlightenment in this life. I'm just going to, fucking, what is it called? Yeah, I just had intrusive thought. But, um, but okay, so I bet you can't guess what it was. OMG, LOL. But okay, wow, I did that. I said that right now. No, I didn't. All right, well, get out of here. Fucking get out of here. Don't get out of here. Don't get out of here. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Okay, whoa, that was kind of all right. Enough of that nonsense. I apologize, prolapsely, as or whatever they say. Um, so new environments here, new environments, motivation. Motivation. Working. I'm about to go to work tomorrow. It's scary because I'm not worked in a while. But I'd say I did therapy every day for like 8 hours a day. Like, like for a month straight. And before that, I did therapy like every day for like 3 months straight. And before that, I did rehab. And before that, I did rehab. Before that, I did therapy, and before that, I did rehab, and before that, I did therapy, and before that, I did therapy, and before that, I did rehab, and before that, I did rehab. Multiple psych ward, multiple psych. How did I do it the first time? Multiple psych ward visits in between and in the past as well. Don't forget about those. I went to jail twice last year, and the second time was rough, but the first time was also rough. Solitary confinement is not the best place to be, and the mental health ward is not the best place to be, and the medical unit is not the best place to be. They put me in medical unit because I was transgender, so Cherokee, jail, stuff like that. We got jail going on. Stuff happens. You go to jail sometimes. I guess, that's what happens sometimes. But, I'm sober now. I'm doing good. I'm doing things, I wish, maybe I had something interesting to say. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. Maybe I am. Maybe I won't. Maybe I barely can't. Billy, Lily, really silly, was it, Catfish Billy 2. That could be the name of this episode, but I feel like that's a bad name because it's off topic. But it's not the name of the podcast. Don't, you need to chill out. You need to chill out. I told you, chill out. I'm talking to myself. Obviously I'm talking to myself, and I know I'm talking to myself. I don't know I'm talking to myself because, all right, we're not gonna do this again. I did that one other video, I think, maybe. All right, but it's a transitional period in my life. Oh my god. This podcast, I wonder how long it's going to end up being. So, obviously it is. I just came from another sober living like Monday here, and today's Friday, and so that's like 4 or 5 days since then. They were rushing me out. I've been freaking out. I've been scared. I've been like, whoa. I've been desperate. And I've been like seeking enlightenment like a motherfucker. Like I've been like, I'm so close. I'm so close. Every time I'm so close. I'm almost there. But I just can't fucking get there because it's all like it's like tough to have knowledge. Knowledge is kind of hard to get if you don't have it, maybe, or something. I don't know. That's what it seemed like. I like my little pen. Don't take it away from me. Yeah. But you know, um, nope. What if I lay down like this? I don't like how I look like that. I look. What about this? Right here. Hey, buddies. What's good? But, we got a cold couch right here. So that's cool. That's cool. You know, this ain't no joke. I got the cool microphone that I use to record music. I could talk about music because I like to make music. I like music. My spirituality is weird. It doesn't make any sense. And maybe that's why I'm not reaching enlightenment because I'm not doing one thing and one thing only. But I am doing one thing and one thing only, and that's doing all the weird things that I do. So, you know, you got to get the vibes. So, maybe I shouldn't click the pen. Um, maybe I should put the pen down. Maybe I should put it over there so I don't reach for it again. All right. Don't worry about the pen. The pen's gone, everybody. Okay, thank you. So the struggles with life and struggling, you know, yeah. So basically, my biggest question is like, well, if I want to get to enlightenment, how do I even get there? The Buddhists have all this stuff. They say detach, detach, detach. And I'm out here like attach, 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 and and then, but like I'm also like like that's fair. I tried to detach, and I know can do it, but then you have to do that all the time if you're gonna do that way, and like that's just like too much. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. You're asking for a lot, Siddhartha Gautama. You're asking for a lot. So I just do random things. I do things that I like, and I do some weird things, and I listen to music, and I make songs, and now apparently I'm getting a job. So it's gonna be tough. It seems tough to focus on my spirituality, but I don't actually know what the fuck to do about it anyways. And it's been so long where I've been like, oh, I'm so close, I'm so close, I'm so close. So, like, because of that, it's kind of like, well, might as well just fucking get a job. And I don't want to die. I don't want to fucking die. As much as I would like to die, I don't want to die. So I don't want to die. So I'm not going to lay down and rot all the time. And that's where I realized that actually I'm okay with achieving some goals in Earth Realm, even though I don't have goals in Earth Realm. I only have goals in Spiritual Realm. And now I don't even have those because they got ripped away from me because I got so desperate for so long that everything just came gloomy and dark and gloom, brim, doom, dim. So because of that, yeah, everything sucks. Life sucks, and even everything else sucks, and everything just fucking sucks. So there's no point doing anything, all right? And we all know there's no point doing anything. Nothing matters, nothing means it, baby. But so basically, it's okay because life is still beautiful. You look at the sky and the trees, and you're like, okay, okay, I see what you're talking about. See what you're talking about a little bit there. There was one day I was on a walk with my dad, and I was so depressed, and I was all crazy and shit. And he went on a walk with me, and this was a fat little while back, like a year or less than a year ago. And he went on a walk with me in the neighborhood, and somebody was like screaming in their car and shit. But don't worry about that because he was like, "Oh my gosh, isn't life just so beautiful?" Not at the scream in the car shit. That was a different instance, okay? Somebody like screamed out their window of the car, but that was a different instance. He was looking at like the trees in the sky. He was like, life, nature is just so beautiful. What do you think? And I was like, yeah, I don't think nature's that beautiful. I think nature's pretty disgusting and ugly. And he's like, oh, wow, okay. And he was like, I think he said something else. He asked me a question, but yeah, that's what I said. And I really felt that at the time. I was like, nature fucking sucks. It's disgusting. It's gross. It's ugly. Fucking stupid. The trees are stupid. Stupid and ugly. Yeah, but you could say that. You could say that, and you could get away with that. I'm just saying. I looked at the. Wait. Wait. Fuck, I can't. Uh, oh, I did it. Okay. So, okay. Path, path, path. How paddle. I could keep talking about this. I think that's the point of the podcast. Is supposed to it's supposed to be longer, but this is 22 minutes. I feel like should I end it here? What should I do? Mm, I feel like it needs something more and needs more stuff. But basically, you know, um, spirituality is tough. You get to a point where you're like, oh my god, I'm overloaded with all this bullshit, bro. And there's all this advice and all this wisdom, and your brain's all, and you're just like, something. But there's songs that I like. There's songs that I like. And I like recording music. Recording music is where I get a lot of my spiritual detriments out. I've never heard it put that way. I haven't heard it put a lot of ways because really I haven't heard it been put a lot of ways because I'm not a person who watches things like that. Wow. Okay. I mean like interviews and shit where people put things in a certain way. But I have seen interviews of people being interviewed in the past. Um and when that happens, they usually say something. And so somebody was asked a question, they'll usually say something and be like, "Oh, well, this and that." And this person's like, "Ah ha 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 ha." But regardless of that, that's about everything I wrote down in my notes. So everything from here out is a freestyle. So I'm just gonna freestyle, and maybe it's not gonna be cool. Maybe it's not gonna be cool. Basically, I listen to Alan Watts. I used to listen to Ram Dass. Used to listen to Terrence McKenna. I used to listen to all those guys a lot religiously. A lot. I like it a lot. Like, I liked it a lot. So, I liked it a lot. Um, just like Dumbest Dumble Binger. So, you get the fucking vibes. And, basically, I'm just saying here, it's cool. Things are cool. And, okay, yeah, I should probably end it here. I don't know. I don't want to end the podcast. I want to stay with me. Please stay. I have no friends. Anyways, just kidding. I have friends. And even if I didn't, who's to say? Who's to say that's not fine? Because it's fine if I don't have any friends. It's fine if I be forever alone. If I want to be forever alone, it's fine. I'm pretty sure. I hope it's fine because that's kind of what I think I want. But life is crazy, bro. But I don't know. I could be wrong about what I want. I could be wrong about what I want. Wow, my face is so bright right here. Wow. Okay, so I hope that you had fun. I think I'm gonna end the podcast here. I don't even know if it counts as a podcast. It's only 25 minutes, so I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look it up after I finish this episode. And if it's that the podcast has to be longer than 25 minutes or 26 minutes, then basically I'm gonna stop recording. Maybe make another recording and clip them together or something. But is it okay if a podcast is only 26 minutes? I don't know. I hope so. Blah, blah, blah. But okay. Thank you for joining. I guess. You don't have to come back to watch the next episode. I'm giving you a free pass. But if you do, then we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to talk about something new and exciting, and it's going to be amazing. Yay.